Hello, everyone, and welcome back to LETS, Learning English Through Stories. My name is Dan, and I'm joined by my co-host, Mia.
Hello, everyone. Today, we're talking about a topic that almost everyone loves, no matter what language you speak. It's food.
Absolutely. Food is a huge part of everyday English conversation, whether you're making dinner plans or just talking about your favorite snacks.
I think both of us are what you would call a foodie.
That's a great word for our listeners. What exactly is a foodie, Mia?
A foodie is simply a person who really loves food. They love to eat, they love to try new restaurants, and they love to talk about different dishes.
Perfect. So, if you love food, you're in the right place. Knowing the right words and phrases makes your English speaking much more natural and, well, more delicious.
So, let's get comfortable, and let's dive into our conversation about food. We'll teach you some practical vocabulary along the way.
Okay, Mia, let's start with the important question. What is your favorite food?
So, that's easy. It has to be pasta. I absolutely love a simple spaghetti with a fresh tomato sauce. It's my perfect comfort food.
Comfort food? What does that mean?
It means food that makes you feel good and relaxed, usually food you ate when you were a child or when you feel stressed. Pasta is definitely my go-to comfort food.
I can understand that. For me, my favorite food is pizza. I could eat it almost every day. I love the simple, classic margarita.
I can confirm Dan's love for pizza. When you talk about food, it's important to use good adjectives to describe the taste and texture. How would you describe that pizza?
Well, I love how the mozzarella cheese is all warm and cheesy. The crust is usually crunchy on the outside but soft inside. And the tomato sauce is always a little bit savory.
Those are great words. Savory means salty or not sweet, like the opposite of dessert. And I love the word crunchy for the sound it makes when you bite into it.
Exactly. What about seafood? When you eat grilled fish, what are the best adjectives?
I would say fresh grilled fish is always light and tender. Tender means it is easy to chew and very soft. I also love when it's a little bit smoky from the grill.
Perfect. So when you talk about your favorite food, try to use descriptive words like cheesy, crunchy, tender, or savory. It makes your conversation much more interesting.
Now, let's talk about how often we eat our favorites. So, Dan, we know you love pizza. How often do you eat your favorite food?
Good question. How often is a great phrase for our listeners. It means how many times you do something. For me, with pizza, I'd say I eat it maybe once a week. There's a fantastic place near my office, and it's a regular treat.
A regular treat. That's a nice way to say it. Something special that you do often, but not every day.
Exactly. What about you, Mia? Since pasta is your go-to comfort food, do you eat it a lot?
Not every day, but I'd say pasta is my go-to meal, maybe 3 times a week, especially when I'm busy. A go-to meal is something quick and easy that you always choose when you can't think of anything else.
That makes sense. For me, when I live alone, I often rely on takeout.
Takeout. You mean food you order from a restaurant to eat at home, right?
That's right. I get takeout maybe twice a week when I'm too tired to cook. But then sometimes I feel like I need a change. I need something healthy, so I'll cook a simple meal for myself. It helps to balance out the unhealthy meals.
That's smart. So, you have a mix of cooking and ordering takeout. Do you have any food you just try to avoid?
That brings us to our next topic, the opposite of a favorite. Okay, Mia, let's talk about the opposite. What is your least favorite food? Is there anything you really try to avoid?
That's an easy one. My least favorite food is definitely green peas. I just don't like the texture.
Texture? That means how the food feels when you touch it or chew it, right?
Exactly. I don't like the texture of green peas. It feels too soft for me. It's important to talk about texture when describing food. Other textures can be creamy, like soup, or chewy, like some types of meat.
I agree. For me, my least favorite food would have to be green beans. I have the same issue with the texture, and I think they always taste a little grassy.
Grassy, that's a good word. So, it seems we both have a small dislike for certain green veggies.
Right. Now, let's switch to cooking. Mia, since you eat pasta often, do you know how to cook?
I actually love cooking. For me, it's very relaxing and satisfying to try new things. I enjoy the whole preparation process.
Preparation means getting the food ready to cook, like chopping the vegetables.
Yes, I love chopping the onions and grilling the chicken. Grilling means cooking over an open fire or hot metal.
That's great. I have to admit, I don't cook as much, but since I live alone, I've had to learn. Necessity is the mother of invention, as they say.
That's a great saying. It means when you really need something, you will find a way to do it. You've definitely gained confidence in the kitchen.
I have. Now, before we finish, let's give our listeners a chance to practice all these new words. All right, that brings us to the end of our conversation. We've covered a lot of great phrases today, like foodie, comfort food, go-to meal, and talking about texture.
And now, it's your turn to practice your English speaking skills. Remember, the best way to learn is by using the language. Don't worry about being perfect. Just try to answer in English using the words we talked about.
We're going to ask you the same questions we just answered. We'll give you a few seconds after each question to speak out loud. Question 1. What is your favorite food, and what makes it your comfort food?
Question 2. How often do you eat your favorite food, and what is your weekly go-to meal?
Question 3. What is your least favorite food, and why don't you like its texture or taste?
Question 4. Do you know how to cook, or do you prefer to order takeout?
Now that you've had a chance to practice, here are some sample answers to give you more ideas and vocabulary.
For question 1, you could say, my favorite food is tacos. They are my comfort food because they are easy to eat, and I love the mix of savory meat and fresh vegetables.
For question 2, I eat my favorite food once a month. My go-to meal when I'm busy is a quick sandwich.
For question 3, my least favorite food is liver. I don't like it because it has a very chewy texture and the taste is too strong.
And for question 4, I don't really know how to cook, so I order takeout almost every night, but I want to learn the preparation soon.
Excellent work, everyone. The more you practice speaking about everyday topics like food, the more confident and natural your English will become.
Thank you so much for joining us today. We really hope this episode has given you lots of new vocabulary and useful phrases.
For more practical English listening and speaking practice, make sure to subscribe to LETS wherever you listen to podcasts.
Keep practicing, keep improving, and we'll talk to you next time.